China JL-3 missile, history, present, and future. Overview. The JL-3 Giant Wave 3 is a third-generation submarine-launched ballistic missile SLBM developed by China. Designed to be deployed on its Type 094 submarines and anticipated to be integrated with the forthcoming Type 096 submarines, the JL-3 represents a significant advancement in China's naval nuclear capabilities. Historical development. Initial testing. The JL-3 was first tested on November 24, 2018, in the Bohai Sea. This test focused primarily on the missile's cold launch ejection system. Subsequent tests followed, with notable launches occurring in December 2019 from a Type 094 submarine. Decoupled development. In 2020, reports indicated that the development of the JL-3 and the Type 096 submarine had been decoupled to expedite the missile's readiness. This strategic shift aimed to enhance the speed of integration and deployment. Deployment confirmation. By November 2020, U.S. Navy assessments confirmed that the Type 094 submarines had been rearmed and equipped with the JL-3 missiles. Current status. Technical specifications. The JL-3 boasts a maximum range exceeding 10,000 kilometers, which allows it to target the continental United States from safe waters close to China. This range is a notable improvement over the JL-2, which had a range of approximately 7,200 kilometers. Warhead capacity. The missile is believed to be capable of carrying multiple independently targetable reentry vehicles MIRVs, with warhead weights ranging between 250 to 1,000 kilotons. Guidance and accuracy. The JL-3 employs a solid-fueled rocket system, utilizing an astro-inertial guidance mechanism supplemented by China's Beidou navigation system, achieving a circular error probable CP of about 100 meters. Strategic implications and future developments. 096 submarine class. The Type 096, expected to enter service within the next few years, will enhance China's stealth and operational capabilities, allowing it to carry up to 12 JL-3 missiles. The concurrent operation of Type 094 and Type 096 submarines could result in a total of 8 to 10 ballistic missile submarines, significantly bolstering China's nuclear deterrent. Continuous deterrence patrols. The deployment of the JL-3 on existing Jin-class submarines marks a milestone as China embarks on continuous at-sea deterrence patrols, a critical step in establishing a credible sea-based nuclear deterrent. Global strategic balance. The introduction of the JL-3 missile system alters the strategic dynamics in the Asia-Pacific region. With the capability to launch from secure waters close to its coastline, China can effectively threaten U.S. mainland targets while minimizing its exposure to counterstrikes. Key considerations. 1. Missile performance. The JL-3's extended range and MIRV capabilities solidify its role as a cornerstone of China's maritime nuclear deterrent strategy. 2. Submarine evolution. The ongoing development of the Type 096 submarines indicates China's commitment to modernize its naval forces and enhance its strategic capabilities. 3. Strategic deterrence. The ability to conduct continuous deterrence patrols signifies a shift in China's nuclear strategy, moving towards a posture that enables it to respond effectively to perceived threats. Conclusion. The JL-3 missile represents a significant leap forward for China's nuclear capabilities, reinforcing its position within the global strategic landscape. As the missile is fully integrated into China's naval forces, its implications for regional and global security dynamics will be profound, necessitating ongoing analysis and response strategies from other nuclear powers, particularly the United States. The development and deployment of the JL-3 reflect China's ambition to achieve parity in nuclear capabilities, ensuring its deterrent remains credible in an increasingly complex security environment. The JL-3 missile, a critical component of China's strategic military capabilities, represents a significant leap in the country's nuclear deterrent strategy. Its development history, current operational status, and future implications reveal several counterintuitive aspects regarding its role in global security dynamics. Historical context. The JL-3, or Giant Wave 3, made its first appearance in November 2018, marking China's entry into the third generation of submarine-launched ballistic missiles SLBMs. This development followed the earlier JL-2, which was limited by a range of about 7,200 kilometers. The JL-3's range exceeding 10,000 kilometers allows it to target the continental United States from safe waters near China's coast, significantly altering the strategic landscape. Interestingly, the timeline of its development shows that the JL-3 program was somewhat accelerated compared to the Type 096 submarines it is expected to be paired with. Reports indicated that the missile's development was decoupled from the submarine program to expedite its readiness, an approach that contrasts with typical military procurement processes where platforms and weapons systems are developed concurrently. Current status. As of 2023, the JL-3 has been officially deployed on the Jin-class Type 094 submarines, with ongoing discussions about its integration into the forthcoming Type 096 class. The implication here is that China has achieved a credible sea-based nuclear deterrent sooner than anticipated, with operational capabilities that allow for continuous at-sea deterrent patrols. This status marks a shift from a historically land-based nuclear posture to a more dynamic maritime strategy. A surprising aspect of the current deployment is the acknowledgement that the U.S. military views the JL-3 as a serious threat. The ability for Chinese submarines to operate in bastion waters near China's coast significantly enhances their survivability and complicates U.S. anti-submarine warfare efforts. This development challenges the assumption that geographic proximity inherently compromises a submarine's stealth capabilities, as the JL-3 allows China to maintain a secure launch position. Future outlook. Looking ahead, the JL-3's role in China's nuclear strategy indicates a shift towards a more robust deterrent posture. The anticipation of an increase in the number of operational nuclear warheads to around 1,000 by 2030 suggests a departure from China's historical policy of minimum deterrence. This change could lead to a more aggressive stance in global nuclear politics, contradicting the notion that a smaller, more restrained nuclear arsenal would inherently ensure stability. Moreover, China's commitment to expanding its nuclear capabilities, including the JL-3, raises questions about the future of arms control and non-proliferation efforts. The narrative that China would remain a responsible nuclear power under the framework of minimum deterrence is being challenged by its expanding arsenal and capabilities. Strategic implications. The deployment of the JL-3 not only enhances China's defensive capabilities, but also alters the strategic calculus for the United States and its allies. The missile's range allows for a first strike capability from positions close to the Chinese mainland, which could embolden China's military posture in regional disputes, such as those in the South China Sea and Taiwan Strait. Interestingly, while the JL-3 enhances China's deterrent capability, it also introduces new vulnerabilities. The emphasis on solid fuel technology and advanced guidance systems like Beidou suggests a focus on reliability and accuracy, but this may also attract greater countermeasures from the US and its allies. The assumption that increased capabilities lead to increased security is countered by the reality that they may invite more robust responses and arms races. Conclusion. In conclusion, the JL-3 missiles' development, deployment, and future implications showcase a complex picture of military strategy and international relations. Counterintuitive notions regarding geographic security, deterrence dynamics, and the evolution of China's nuclear posture challenge conventional wisdom. The JL-3 serves not only as a tool of deterrence but also as a catalyst for broader strategic shifts that could redefine the balance of power in the Asia-Pacific region and beyond. The implications for global security remain profound and warrant careful consideration as nations navigate this evolving landscape. The development and deployment of China's JL-3 submarine-launched ballistic missile SLBM is a significant milestone in the nation's nuclear capabilities that many observers may overlook. While the technical specifications and immediate implications of the JL-3 are often discussed, certain subtler yet crucial aspects warrant deeper examination due to their strategic consequences. 1. Decoupling of missile and submarine development. One important detail that may not receive adequate attention is the decision to decouple the development of the JL-3 missile from the Type 096 submarine. Reports indicate that this separation was strategic, designed to accelerate the missile's development timeline. This decision reflects a broader strategic priority within the Chinese military to enhance its nuclear deterrent capabilities promptly. Significance. By prioritizing the missile development, China can potentially achieve a more robust nuclear posture sooner than expected. This tactic allows for the rapid enhancement of deterrence capabilities without waiting for the completion of new submarines, thereby increasing the immediacy of its maritime nuclear deterrent. 2. Operational range and strategic positioning. The JL-3 boasts an operational range exceeding 10,000 kilometers, which enables Chinese submarines to launch strikes from relatively safe waters close to China's coast, such as the South China Sea and Bohai Gulf. This capability significantly enhances the survivability of China's sea-based nuclear deterrent. Significance. The ability to strike the continental United States from these bastion waters mitigates the risks associated with operating further out in the Pacific, where Chinese submarines would be more vulnerable to detection and countermeasures by U.S. forces. This operational shift not only protects China's nuclear assets but also recalibrates the strategic calculus for U.S. military operations in the region. 3. Continuous at-sea deterrence. The introduction of the JL-3 has enabled China's Jing-class submarines to conduct continuous at-sea deterrence patrols for the first time. This marks a transition from a nuclear posture reliant on land-based and silo-based systems to a more sophisticated and survivable sea-based deterrent. Significance. Maintaining at least one nuclear-armed submarine at sea at all times represents a major advancement in China's nuclear strategy. It ensures a credible second strike capability, complicating U.S. and allied defense strategies and enhancing China's deterrent credibility. This evolution reflects a shift from minimum deterrence to a posture that seeks to achieve strategic parity with the United States. 4. Integration of advanced guidance systems. The JL-3 is equipped with an astro-inertial guidance system and the Beidou navigation system, providing it with improved accuracy approximately 100 meters. This technological advancement in guidance systems is often overshadowed by discussions of missile range and payload. Significance. Enhanced accuracy allows for more effective targeting of military and strategic assets, making the JL-3 a more credible threat. This capability can potentially change the dynamics of deterrence, as adversaries may need to consider the possibility of targeted strikes against their critical infrastructure, thereby escalating tensions further. 5. Implications for global nuclear balance. China's development of the JL-3 and its accompanying strategic capabilities signal a broader shift in the global nuclear landscape. The Pentagon has indicated that China may be aiming for a nuclear arsenal of around 1,000 operational warheads by 2030. This potential expansion of China's nuclear capabilities could prompt an arms race in the Asia-Pacific region. Significance. A significant increase in China's nuclear arsenal could drive other nations in the region such as Japan, South Korea, and India to reconsider their own nuclear policies and capabilities, possibly leading to regional instability. The implications of this shift extend beyond China and the US, affecting global security dynamics and diplomatic relations. 6. Technological advancements and future developments. While the JL-3 represents a significant advancement in China's SLBM capabilities, it also sets the stage for future developments. The anticipated Type 096 submarines, which are expected to be quieter and more advanced, will likely be equipped with the JL-3, further enhancing China's second strike capability. Significance. The integration of the JL-3 with the next generation of submarines indicates a long-term strategic investment in nuclear capabilities. This investment reinforces the notion that China's military modernization is not only about numbers, but also about enhancing the quality and effectiveness of its forces. 7. Varied sources of information and uncertainties. Discrepancies in reports regarding the JL-3's range and deployment numbers illustrate the challenges in obtaining accurate intelligence about China's military capabilities. Some sources suggest a range of 9,000 to 10,000 kilometers, while others confirm it exceeds 10,000 kilometers. Additionally, the exact number of JL-3 missiles in service remains unclear. Significance. The uncertainty surrounding China's missile capabilities complicates threat assessments by other nations. Discrepancies can lead to miscalculations in strategic planning, potentially resulting in increased tensions or conflict. Analysts and policymakers must navigate this information landscape carefully to develop effective responses. Conclusion. The JL-3 missile is not merely a technological advancement for China's military. It represents a profound transformation in China's nuclear strategy and its role in global security dynamics. The aspects outlined above, decoupling development, operational range, continuous at-sea deterrence, guidance systems, implications for nuclear balance, future developments, and information uncertainties are critical for understanding the full impact of the JL-3 on regional and global security. As these capabilities develop, they necessitate a recalibration of strategic thinking among nations, particularly in how they perceive and respond to China's evolving military posture. 1. Missile performance and strategic implications. The JL-3 missile, with a range exceeding 10,000 kilometers, significantly enhances China's nuclear deterrent capabilities. This extends the reach of the People's Liberation Army Navy plan to target the continental United States from relatively secure waters near China, like the South China Sea. The capability to carry multiple independently targetable reentry vehicles MIRVs further amplifies its lethality, signaling a shift from minimum deterrence to a more robust nuclear posture. The transition from the older JL-2, which had a range of approximately 7,200 kilometers, marks a strategic leap for China, allowing it to maintain a credible second strike capability while enhancing survivability against potential countermeasures. 2. Submarine development and operational readiness. The integration of the JL-3 missile on the Type 094 submarines, with future deployment, on the Type 096 submarines, underscores China's commitment to modernizing its naval capabilities. The Type 094 submarines are already conducting continuous at-sea deterrence patrols, which is a significant development in China's naval strategy, providing a persistent nuclear deterrent at sea. The anticipated Type 096 submarines are expected to be quieter and more advanced, potentially carrying up to 12 JL-3 missiles each, which would further bolster China's sea-based nuclear forces and allow for sustained deterrence operations. Free strategic balance and global security environment. The deployment of the JL-3 missile and its associated submarines contributes to the shifting dynamics of global military power, particularly in the Asia-Pacific region. As China enhances its nuclear capabilities, it raises concerns among regional actors and the United States, prompting discussions about strategic stability. This development could lead to an arms race or heightened tensions as nations reassess their own defense postures in response to China's growing military might. The JL-3's capabilities may compel the U.S. to enhance its missile defense systems and reconsider its own nuclear deterrent strategies. 4. Discrepancies in reporting and intelligence challenges. The varied reports regarding the JL-3's specifications, operational deployment, and the number of units in service highlight the challenges of intelligence gathering and verification in the realm of military capabilities. Discrepancies in sources regarding missile range and numbers indicate a degree of uncertainty and the potential for misinformation. This underscores the importance of reliable intelligence in shaping defense policies and responses. As nations navigate the complexities of military modernization and deterrence strategies, understanding the nuances and uncertainties surrounding capabilities like the JL-3 will be crucial in formulating appropriate strategic responses. 1. The Cuban Missile Crisis 1962. One of the most notable historical cases involving nuclear missiles was the Cuban Missile Crisis, where the United States discovered Soviet nuclear missiles in Cuba. This event escalated tensions between the two superpowers and brought the world to the brink of nuclear war. The U.S. responded with a naval blockade and diplomatic negotiations, leading to the eventual withdrawal of the missiles in exchange for a U.S. commitment not to invade Cuba and the secret removal of U.S. missiles from Turkey. 2. The development of the Polaris submarine-launched ballistic missile, 1960s. The U.S. Navy developed the Polaris missile as a part of its sea-based nuclear deterrent strategy during the Cold War. The Polaris SLBM was first deployed on submarines in the early 1960s, providing the U.S. with a second strike capability that helped to ensure mutual assured destruction met in the event of a nuclear conflict. The introduction of Polaris marked a significant advancement in military strategy, emphasizing the importance of submarine-launched nuclear capabilities. 3. The expansion of the Soviet Union's SLBM fleet 1970s-1980s. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union significantly expanded its fleet of nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines SLBMs as part of its strategy to deter NATO forces. This expansion included the introduction of the Delta-class submarines, which were equipped with advanced ballistic missiles. The development and deployment of these SLBMs were crucial in maintaining the balance of power and ensuring that the Soviet Union could respond to U.S. nuclear threats from a secure sea-based platform. These historical cases illustrate the strategic importance of submarine-launched ballistic missiles and their role in nuclear deterrence, akin to the current developments surrounding China's JL-3 missile system. Future outlook. Predictions for the JL-3 missile. The JL-3 submarine-launched ballistic missile SLBM represents a significant advancement in China's nuclear capabilities, and its future deployment and development will have profound implications on regional and global security dynamics. Here are key predictions for the future of the JL-3 missile system and its strategic context. Increased production and deployment. China's People's Liberation Army Navy plan is expected to continue ramping up the production and deployment of the JL-3 missiles, particularly as the Type 096 submarines become operational. With these next-generation submarines capable of carrying up to 12 JL-3 missiles each, it is anticipated that the Chinese fleet will grow to include 8 to 10 ballistic missile submarines by 2030. This expansion will solidify China's sea-based nuclear deterrent, allowing for continuous at-sea deterrence patrols and enhancing national security. Here, technological enhancements. Future iterations of the JL-3 could see enhancements in guidance systems, payload capacity, and overall performance. The integration of advanced technologies, such as hypersonic capabilities or improved electronic countermeasures, may further bolster the missile's effectiveness and survivability against missile defense systems. Reports suggest ongoing investment in missile technology research, which may yield upgrades to the JL-3 and other missile systems in China's arsenal. 3. Strategic deterrence and military posture. The JL-3 will play a crucial role in China's strategy to achieve nuclear parity with the United States. By maintaining its capability to strike U.S. territories from secure bastion waters, China aims to deter potential adversaries effectively. The Chinese doctrine, which has traditionally adhered to minimum deterrence, may evolve towards a more assertive posture, driven by a desire to ensure a credible second strike capability amid changing geopolitical tensions. 4. Regional security dynamics. The deployment of the JL-3 will likely provoke responses from neighboring countries and the United States, potentially leading to an arms race in the Asia-Pacific region. Countries like Japan, South Korea, and India may seek to enhance their own deterrent capabilities or develop countermeasures in response to the increased threat posed by Chinese SLBMs. This dynamic could lead to heightened military tensions and strategic recalibrations across the region. 5. International arms control challenges. As China expands its nuclear arsenal and capabilities, the prospects for arms control discussions may diminish. China's reluctance to engage in comprehensive nuclear disarmament talks could complicate global efforts aimed at non-proliferation and arms control. The U.S. may respond by reinforcing its alliances and partnerships in the region to counterbalance China's growing military influence, further entrenching the divide in international security frameworks. 6. Potential for enhanced maritime operations. The JL-3's deployment will likely enhance the plan's operational capabilities, allowing for more complex and daring maritime strategies. This might include expanded naval exercises in contested waters, increased surveillance and reconnaissance missions, and more assertive posturing in the South China Sea and beyond. The resulting shifts in naval power dynamics could lead to confrontations with U.S. and allied forces in the region. 7. Developments in cyber and space warfare. As part of a broader modernization effort, China may also invest in cyber and space capabilities that complement the JL-3 missile system. This could involve securing communication networks, enhancing satellite capabilities for navigation and targeting, and developing countermeasures against adversary missile defense systems, thereby increasing the overall effectiveness of its nuclear deterrent. Public and military perception. Domestically, the successful deployment of the JL-3 will likely bolster public confidence in the Chinese military's capabilities. The government may leverage this as part of its narrative around national defense and sovereignty, promoting the JL-3 as a symbol of technological advancement and military strength. Conversely, it may also heighten fears among the public regarding potential conflicts with external powers. Conclusion: the JL-3 missile is poised to be a cornerstone of China's strategic deterrent for decades to come. Its development and deployment will not only redefine China's military capabilities, but also reshape the security landscape in Asia and beyond. The interplay between technological advancements, strategic military postures, and international relations will determine the future trajectory of the JL-3 and its implications for global security dynamics. As nations adapt to these changes, the potential for both conflict and cooperation will remain a central theme in international relations.